Hello everyone. Today I'm going to harvest a method. Now, what do I mean by harvest a method? A little while ago, I decided to develop a means to communicate with other realms along the world tree. Now, this is not an elaborate means of communication with other worlds along the world tree of Yggdrasil. And I don't mean that I'm communicating with different like planets. I mean different dimensions, basically. As explained in Asatru, as explained by the ancient northern European ancestors that a lot of us share. And basically, I'm going to take the skull of a squirrel head from a tree that I hung it from a while ago, but it actually took longer to decompose than I thought. I first placed it in a bag and hung it very securely. Then I had to remove the bag, remove everything in it, and then just hang it idly from a tree just by its teeth. And what's the significance of a squirrel? The squirrel is often seen on the world tree as Ratata, the messenger between the eagle that sits at the top and this is all symbolic, and the dragon at the bottom, the snake at the bottom, and Ratata isn't always seen as somebody who gives good information, but it is a form that travels along the world tree. Nidhogg is at the bottom of the world tree, and this great eagle is at the top. And I'll leave you to interpret that for yourself. But it means something different for everybody. Every equivalency in Asatru and other religions have inner equivalencies that we have to figure out for ourselves. But I'm about to harvest that. We're going to cut to that, and then we'll go ahead and cut to what I'm going to use it for. And I'll see you there. All right, everyone. Before I take the head down from its tree, I just want to say that I'm going to use a ceremonial blade that I have created in ritual form. Not created the blade itself, but basically created its spirit. And I'm going to unwrap Savitar. I call him Savitar. And then I'm going to cut the string on the tree. And I also would like to say that I didn't kill the squirrel. My dogs killed the squirrel. I don't want to kill any animals, basically. I'm a vegetarian. And this fits in line with subtle attunement with the other dimensions. That's why I'm vegetarian. But I'm going to unwrap this blade, then cut the string. And it's quite appropriate that a storm is happening right now, because storms kind of both replenish and destroy. Savitar. Savitar is a miniature kukri blade, very sharp. Right, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to see over here, but you can follow my voice. All right, we're gonna cut this down. And it is finally harvested after quite a while outside. And this laying, put Savitar aside before I clean him. I'm not going to put him in his sheath or cloth until I clean him. And I'll go ahead and put the skull right here. I'm going to need to clean it off, but once I clean it off, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do with it. Alright everyone, fumigation of the skull has begun. And I'd like to make a correction on the name I used before. It's Ratatoskr. Now Ratatoskr is it's the spelling that I want to use. I've seen it spelled as Ratata, but I'm using the spelling of Ratatoskr. Now this skull is being fumigated, it's being blessed, it's being cleansed of any negative energy by this myrrh. And the myrrh is performing a spiritual function at this time, and I always use Hem. They have the purest incense, and I love the brand, H-E-M, Hem. And I will see you in a second. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the next step of this process is to basically engrave, with this engraving pen, the 9 worlds and their connections to each other on this skull. And I'll go ahead and show you the book I'm going to be working with. Well, this is the figure I'm going to be working with. And then this is the book, The 9 Doors of Midgard by Edred Thorson, a curriculum of runework. And I'm going to be carving this, engraving it rather. And it'll probably take a while, but I won't videotape the whole thing. I'll just kind of show you how it's going to start, if I can get a good capture of what it's going to look like. Start out with a bunch of circles, basically, one at the bottom. It's going to be 5 on top of each other. Kind of one of those circles will, of course, I'm going to smear this with some coloring after I'm done, so it'll show up much better. But that's kind of what one of the circles is going to look like, and kind of what the engraver sounds like. But I will see you in a second after I'm done. Alright everyone, the process has finally been complete. I engraved the 9 realms in Yggdrasil, the 9 worlds as they're called, which are more like dimensions, and their connection to each other on this squirrel skull, basically. But he is in this function, Retatusker. And basically what this is going to allow me to do is connect with other realms more easily. Now this isn't like a big connection, but this is a start. This is how I basically get a little beacon into other realms, and then I can work from there. And basically I engraved it on the skull, but then I applied my blood, and then I couldn't really get through to the to what I engraved previously, so I had to engrave it over the blood, and then it turned out very well. I applied my blood all over the skull, and now I can clearly see the 9 worlds along the world tree Yggdrasil. And I'm going to be using this in the future. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down in the comment section. If you like this video, if you thought it was interesting, feel free to hit that thumbs up down there. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the future, and I will use this for sure in videos in the future. Thank you.